Farming can be a dangerous business, especially when you're working alone. What if you were injured and couldn't get help when you needed it? The outcome could be tragic. Yet this is a risk that farmers face every day. All too often, the root cause of injuries sustained when working alone is human error. People not considering the various risks they face, or not taking steps to do the job safely. Changing how we think about working alone can help everyone go home safely night after night. There are many times during a typical day on the farm when you find yourself working alone. For instance, you could be working with livestock in the barn, repairing a piece of equipment in your shop, or planting out in the field. The keys to avoiding injury when working alone are to plan ahead and stay focused on what you're doing. Since there's nobody around to come to your aid if something goes wrong, your safety is all up to you. Carrying a fully charged cell phone at all times is an obvious first step in staying safe when you're working alone. It's also vitally important to tell coworkers or family members where you'll be working, when you'll be back, and arrange for regular check-ins throughout the day. That way, if you don't call in as planned because you're pinned under equipment or have been knocked unconscious, they can take action to come and help you. Here's an example of how being prepared can keep you out of trouble. Suppose it's a cold winter day and you are driving home from town on a back road. You're about 5 miles away from home when suddenly your truck hits a patch of ice and slides into the ditch. Fortunately, you were wearing your seatbelt, so you weren't hurt. And your cell phone is fully charged, so you can call a tow truck. You have everything else you need to stay safe and warm because you thought ahead about the risks you might face and prepared accordingly. Imagine how differently things could have gone if you hadn't been prepared. Whenever you're working on your own, it's important to anticipate and plan for the risks you may face, because if an incident does occur, there's nobody nearby to help. And that's where Stop, Think, Act comes in. Following these 3 simple steps will help keep you safe when working alone. First, stop. Ask yourself, what could go wrong? Could I fall, become trapped or injured, and not be able to help myself? How bad could it be? How long might I have to wait for someone to come along and help me? Would they know where to find me? Has anything changed? Has my coworker gone into town? Is my cell phone battery running low? Is there cell phone reception out in the field? Second, take a moment to think. Do I understand the task? Do I know how to properly use my equipment? Is this a job I can safely do by myself, or do I need to ask someone to help me? Am I physically and mentally ready for the job at hand? Am I stressed around rain in the forecast? Am I exhausted from working into the night? Am I taking any medication that affects my concentration? Do I have the right tools and equipment? Am I wearing the right safety gear? Are machinery guards in place and working properly? Do I have a first aid kit and a fire extinguisher? And finally, act. Make it safe. Know where the hazards are and how to work safely around them. Ensure you're properly trained on using your equipment. Read and follow the operator's manual. Use the right tools and equipment. Wear all the required PPE and make sure it's in good condition. Have a first aid kit handy and know how to use it. Carry a fully charged cell phone at all times and keep it turned on. Have emergency numbers already saved in the phone. Always have an emergency plan in place. Be able to explain where you're working. Know what to do if you get injured and how you will get help. If the conditions aren't right, or if you have any doubt whether you can complete a task safely, stop. Don't do it. Consider rescheduling or ask for help in completing the job. By anticipating the risks of working alone and planning how to overcome those risks, you can help ensure that nobody gets hurt. Thanks to Dowler Carn and Esso for supporting the production of this video. To learn more about working alone and about Stop, Think, Act, visit wsps.ca/farm safety.